Shalom, everyone. Rabbi Koak here. Let's get into some Torah. This week we are in parshat vayigash, and we are nearing the end of the Yosef story. And this week we have Yosef challenging their siblings once again, this time saying, "Leave Benjamin with me, and you all go back to your father." Now their sibling Yehuda said, "Not gonna happen. Our father is already aggrieved, and this would surely kill him if we went back without Benjamin. We gonna stay." And I think that was part of what allowed Yosef to reintroduce themselves to their sibling and to weep and cry and what appears to be reconcile with all of their brothers. But that's not the end of the story. Later on, Yosef sends for their father, and their father, the text says, is revived, brought back to life, knowing that his beloved child is still alive. Now they come down to Mitzrayim, and Yosef introduces them to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh asks a question to Yisrael. He says, "How many years are your life? How old are you?" And Yisrael says, "I am 130 years old, and my years are few, and they are hard." Now, sometimes it gets translated as bad. And this word that gets translated as bad or hard is ra in Hebrew. And ra can be translated as bad or hard, but it also can be translated as unpleasant, unhappy, misery, giving pain. And Yisrael said, "My life's hard." He told Pharaoh the truth. And I think it's important for us to say the truth, to not try to spiritually bypass and say, "Oh, well, everything's great," when things are not good. And so I want us to learn from this story that it's all right to say what is, even when that thing is bad. And for a few reasons. One is that, acknowledging the truth is important for our own, our own mental, spiritual, and physical health. And also it allows us to hopefully know when to reach out for support, to hopefully relieve some of that bad, unhappy, unpleasant stuff happening in our lives. There's a midrash from Da'at Zekanim where Rav Chaim says, what we learn from the story is that we need to be more appreciative or more grateful for our lives. That Rav Chaim says Yisrael didn't live that much longer because he said his life was bad. And I think that there is something to learn from this midrash, that we can cultivate a life of gratitude. That's also important in our lives for our physical, spiritual, and psychological health. And so I think these two things are actually compatible with each other. That we can state that which is bad, unpleasant, unhappy, and miserable. And we can also be grateful for that which is good, happy, pleasant. So this Shabbat, I hope and pray that you're able to acknowledge that which is good and that which might be challenging to you. And that when there are challenges, that you are able to find the support that you need in order to relieve the challenge, and also to be grateful for the good things that are happening in your life. I look forward to seeing you next week. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.